We have rivers of living water in us, don't we? Remember Ezekiel 47 or chapter 37, where God spoke to Ezekiel, and there were waters coming out of the sanctuary, which today would be the church, which also today we are the church. There was water coming out of the sanctuary. I preached on that story. It's such a good story about how the water began to come out, and it was ankle deep, then it was knee deep, then it was waist deep, then it was over his head. And I bring out the point that I have one of my books on my book table back there. The title of the book is called Resurrection Witnesses. And one of the chapters is entitled, Which Direction Does the Anointing Flow? What direction does the anointing flow? And when people kind of wonder, what do you mean, what direction does the anointing flow? Well, most of the church, I'm convinced, believes that the anointing flows into the church. They believe it flows into the church because of what I've heard Christians say. You know, they'll tell people, lost people, you know, in the restaurants, at work, and different places they'll go, what you need to do, you know, I just need to get you into church because, you know, where the anointing is, where the glory is, where the power of God is. And lots of pastors, that's kind of what we preach, you know, bring sinners to church. You know, I've never brought a sinner to church. I've been saved for 53 years now, and I haven't brought a sinner to church yet. I always get them saved before I get to church, so they're not sinners anymore. I've never brought any lost people to church before. I go out where they are. Go talk to them. Now, when I get them saved, I'll say, now what you need to do is come to church. Why? Because church is where you get trained. Church really is not where the lost get saved. Lester Summerall said this over 40 years ago. He said people were complaining about having too many church buildings. There's a church on every corner. Everywhere you go, you see a church. Church here, church here, church there, church there. And he said somebody did a statistic back then, 40 to 45 years ago when he said this, that said if everybody in the United States of America goes to church Sunday morning, there'll only be enough room in all the churches to hold 2% of the people. So he said, don't complain about having too many churches. But lost people don't go to church. Christians do. Church is a training center to train us to take the living water out to the world.